Hey everybody, welcome to more Tales from a Blind Guy. So today for this topic, it's actually March 21st, 2025. So today I've been completely blind for 1 year. And so one of the first tools that I had to get was my walking cane. Now I called CNIB. It was a long journey because CNIB is a very underfunded organization. So if you ever get a chance, please donate to them. It's worthwhile. The problem with that is that they're in a lot of major centers and then they have to get out to a lot of smaller communities like where I am. And that takes a lot of time. So please, when you're working with CNIB or with vision loss recovery, just have some patience. Unfortunately, I'm not the person to have a lot of patience because it took me about 4.5 months just to get my standard white cane. And so while I was sitting at home, I was like, I don't want to wait that time because I'm not a patient person. So I went onto Amazon and I got this smaller cane for about $20. Now it comes in, breaks down into 4 sections. Now I'd only recommend this if it's going to be a long wait or you have no other way to access any type of cane, because this is more of a hard handle. It's not really like the golf grip that you get with your standard white cane. It's a lot shorter for somebody of my size, and it didn't come with a rollerball tip. But it was nice because when I watched some videos, I was able to kind of learn a little bit about how to walk with a cane and practice with this around my house, getting a feel about how to learn, how to see, and help with the use of a cane. But once again, you also want to wait for a mobility expert to come and help teach you. This video is not going to teach you how to use the cane. I'm just showcasing some of my canes here. So I'd recommend going with your local blind organization and talking with a mobility expert and then working with your cane. So I worked with that until they were able to come and bring me my standard white cane, as I have here. So this is tailored more to my height. Now it's in 4 sections again, but the handle is more of a golf handle. So it's got a flat edge. When I'm using it, pointing down the ground, almost like a gun. So any gun enthusiasts, there you go, just for fun. But yes, and as you move it from side to side, but it's going to be tailored to your height. Usually you want the cane standing up to reach your armpits here. For me, mine came with a standard marshmallow tip end. Why is it marshmallow? Because it just looks like a fluffy marshmallow. Of course, it's a little harder, so it's one you've kept in the pantry for about 10 years. And it'll help roll side to side as you're walking around. And it was really good for me because once I got this, I was able to explore my community a little bit. And that was such a huge step forward in my independence and in my freedom just to walk down the street, which I couldn't before. I didn't have the confidence to walk, just even on my side of the street on the sidewalk, right? And this greatly helped that. So that was a good tool to have. And the mobility experts give you the basics on how to walk and how to use a little bit of echolocation too when you're snapping your cane down to see maybe you've walked down a back alleyway and the sound bounces off the fences. My newest cane I got here, this is a nice graphite cane. Now, I'm going to talk about this more in a future video, but this is the WeWalk Smart Cane 2. Now, I'm not featuring today, but I want to talk about the newer end it comes with, and that's with a nice rollerball attachment. Now, this is really good. Where the marshmallow can sometimes get caught in cracks in the sidewalk, this one glides a lot easier. So a lot of your canes, you can exchange different ends depending on where you get that from. And so this one too breaks down into 4 different sections. And that's been my journey so far. And as I get more confidence and able to get out more, it's definitely able to expand my world, which originally was just me in my house, almost afraid to go outside because, even without a cane, what am I going to do? Go down the street and maybe get a sexual assault charge at some point? No. So, and just finding your way around. Once you have that cane, it can add to the betterment of your overall life, especially if you're completely blind. But like I said again, work with a movement specialist, because you're going to find once you get walking, you're going to get into your own rhythm of things. You're going to break apart from whatever you're taught and find out what works for you. And remember, if you end up not walking without rhythm, you won't attract the worm. Until next time, nanu nanu.